What is going on, everybody? It is Rob from Epic Arrow, and in this video we are going to talk about website speed. So the first thing I want to focus on is website speed effects on conversion. So this is a chart from 2012 from Walmart.com, and you know they're getting a lot of traffic, so this is a very good model to look at. So you can see if their website took anywhere from 0 to 1 second, then they had a very high conversion rate. If it took any longer than that, it dropped by at least 75%. So you can see just by looking at this that website speed is extremely important if you're focusing on conversions on your website, which everyone should be doing. So the next thing we're going to talk about is website speed effects on SEO. So Google has openly stated that website speed affects rankings. The rationale is that websites that load faster give a better user experience. They believe in this so much that they released their own tool to help you diagnose speed issues on your website. And I put a link to that at the bottom of this page, and it'll also be in the article below. So let's look at the number one problem that face people that have slow websites, and it is cheap hosting. So your cheap hosting accounts for most of the speed problems on websites. The problem with most shared hosts is that other websites on the server drain resources. You know, cheap hosting is okay for PBNs, but not for money sites. And here, down at the bottom, you can find a great breakdown of the major hosts that have really good speed times. And you can go to this site, it's in the article below, check out the different hosting packages, and see how they stack up. See, what they did here is they drove simulated traffic to one of their websites on each host to see how the server can respond and how fast it loads. So go there, check it out. My honest opinion on what hosting company you should use is SiteGround. They are great. I use them for all my websites, and they always load fast. So how are we going to fix website speed issues? Number one, pick a good hosting. Number two, use tools to help diagnose your problems. You have Google PageSpeed Insights and Pingdom tools. Next, you want to cache your website. What this means is you save your website so it loads faster in the browser instead of having to load it every single time. You cache a version of your website. So instead of having to load all the pictures every single time, it instantly loads fast. So you can use W3 Total Cache for that. Not only does it cache your website, but it also minifies your CSS and JavaScript, which basically means it just gets rid of all the blank lines and white space in a JavaScript or CSS file, and that helps the browser load it faster. The next thing you're going to want to do is compress your images. If you're not using WordPress, you can use compressor.io, very easy to use. And if you are using WordPress, you can use a plugin called WP Smush. The last thing that I recommend that everybody do is use a content delivery network. Now, what a content delivery network is that it saves your website on a bunch of different servers all around the country. So that way, let's say they have a server in California, a server in New York, and a server in Florida. So if someone logs on to your website from California, then you want the California server to give them back the content. If they log on in New York, you want the New York server. If they log on in Florida, you want the Florida server or the closest server to them, because the proximity to them also helps cut down on your load times of your website. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to hop over to the browser and we're going to run through a few of these tools. Actually, we're going to run through all of them to give you a good idea of how to use them and what they look like. Okay, so here we are at the browser, and the first tool we're going to go over is Google PageSpeed Insights. Now, all you have to do is go to this URL here, and all the URLs to all the tools will be in the article below. Plug in your website and hit Analyze. And we'll let it do its thing here. And as you can see, it has returned some results. It's returned mobile results and desktop results. So it gives you everything that you should consider or you should fix, and they're prioritized: red, yellow, green, and you can go through and look to see how you should fix these things, and they'll give you some ideas of how to do this if you click on the links. So then we look at the desktop results, and you see it's about the exact same thing, except there's a little bit different grading scale on a desktop site. So the next tool is going to be the Pingdom tools. All you have to do is go to the URL, plug in your website, and hit Start Test. And we'll give it a second here. All right, so then it gives me a lot of stats. It gives me a performance grade, a load time, tells me how much faster mine is than other sites, the page size, the requests, and where it was tested from. You'll see you can pick different servers up here. And then you go to the performance insights, and it gives you some ideas on how to fix the issues on your website. Gives you a lot of other stats, and the other thing that I really like about this is called a waterfall. And it shows you how long it took to load specific elements on your website. So you can see that some of my images are taking a while to load, so maybe I want to look at those and see if I can optimize them a little bit better. And then there's an Ajax call, but I'm not too concerned about that. So that's pretty much Pingdom tools. Then we'll look at W3 Total Cache. Now I'm not going to go to my website and show you everything behind the scenes, but if you come to this page, you can do a little research about it. What I do when I install the plugin on my site is there is an option to toggle all of the different services to on. So I toggle them on, then I look at the errors and I go through and I shut them off for any services that have errors. And you'll see when you download the plugin, but this is what you want to see. This is the plugin that you're looking for. The next thing we have is compressor.io. All you have to do is click try it, then upload an image. You can pick a couple different compressions, then upload your image, and it'll automatically compress this for you and give you a downloadable file. This is a good way to really reduce your images. You saw on the waterfall and the Pingdom tools that images take a long time to load. So if you can compress them, get the file size down, they'll definitely load faster. The next one is WP Smush, and you're going to look for this. It pretty much does the same exact thing as compressor.io, but it's already uploaded as a plugin on your WordPress site. So every single time that you upload an image, it automatically compresses it for you. It's a really great tool. I use it on all my websites. It's very easy to set up. It just automatically, when you upload an image, it automatically compresses it for you. So it's a great tool. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is Cloudflare. This is the content delivery network that I talked about earlier. Some of their plans are completely free. And like I said, they're going to put your website, they're going to put a cached version of your website on a bunch of different servers and then serve it up to the end user, or the person going to your website, from the closest server to them. Now, there's also some other benefits of using this, like there's anti-hacking features or attack features. There's a DDoS attack feature, which basically means that someone uses a bunch of servers and just overloads your server by sending a ton of hits to your website. So it's definitely worth taking a look at. I know I didn't go very in depth with these, but I've given you some ideas of what you should look at and some great tools that you can start using. So go out and start researching these. Look in the article below. There's links to all of them. Go out, research them, and you'll be able to see how they're going to be able to help you speed up your website. So that's it. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below.